Hey everyone, it's Tamara from Soft Glam with Tam. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining today. I wanted to focus on winter beauty secrets. I feel like this time of year, our skin can get so dry and dehydrated, and I actually wanted to focus more on a cozy autumnal look, but then the snow came in Toronto, so I feel like we've just gone right to winter, and I feel like you definitely have to adjust your skincare and makeup when it comes to the winter months. And I thought this would be a good time to do a cozy winter makeup look and give you a few of my favorite beauty secrets for this time of year. And hopefully you can share what you love. If there's any specific beauty secrets you have, you can let me know in the comments. So first up, I just wanted to talk about how dry our skin feels in the winter. I feel like because I suffer as well from very dry skin and eczema, where my skin gets really dry and dehydrated, especially my hands. So I feel like it's nice to share a few beauty secrets that help keep your skin ready to face that harsh winter. So first up is always skincare. So I do have makeup on today. I just wanted to do a really quick makeup touch-up, but also focus on some winter beauty secrets. So one of my favorite things to do first thing in the morning is to pop a tablespoon in the freezer, and this helps to depuff your eyes. I know there's so many eye creams out there that have depuffing ingredients, but I just feel like this is a really fun way to depuff your eyes. So you pop a tablespoon in the freezer and for about 20 seconds, and then just place it under your eyes and just hold it there for a few minutes. And what that does, it quickly depuffs. Now, obviously, you can pop your eye cream in the freezer. That's another way to do it. And then, of course, you get your active anti-age ingredients in your eye cream. So that helps to depuff and decongest. But a spoon is something we all have in our kitchen. So you can pop that and yeah, so you can really just depuff. So that's one of my favorite little tips. And I also love to make my lips a bit smoother before lipstick or gloss. Some of you may do this already, but I thought this was a really fun tip and trick. So what I do is I just add a teaspoon of sugar and a little bit of olive oil, and I use that and make it into a little lip scrub. And you just massage it all over your lips and remove it with a warm cloth. Just don't rub too vigorously because you can actually irritate your lips and take off too much dead skin and make your lips irritated. So if your lips are super chapped, just gently buff the sugar and olive oil all over your lips. Take a few bites if you want. It's healthy and it's yummy. And just, it will make your lips feel brand new. I used to waste my money on lip scrubs, but then I realized all the ingredients are in my kitchen. So why not just utilize that? So the next step I'm going to talk about is just focusing on skincare. So I feel like every time in the winter your skin is feeling dry, maybe the heat, we live in an apartment, so our heat is on and we need a humidifier. That definitely helps. Last year I suffered from very, very dry eyelids, and I heard that a lot of women, a lot of my clients were suffering from very dry eyelids. And the problem with that is that your eyeshadow does not look good. You should almost avoid using eye makeup. So I feel like using, I actually have a beautiful eye cream that I have. So I don't work for a specific brand where I'm recommending products that I work for, but I did work for Bioderma in the past. And Bioderma is a French company, but they're specializing for very sensitive skin. And what I love about Bioderma is if you do have any sensitive issues, you will not, it's very rare you're going to react to anything from Bioderma. So this is a Sensibo Eye Plus, and this one is an anti-fatigue eye care. It's really good for dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines. So this isn't extremely active anti-age, but this is good for anybody 20 and up. It's never too early to wear eye cream. So I'm 46 and I've been using eye cream every single day of my life pretty much since I was 20 years old, and I honestly think it's made a difference. So eye cream is something that our under eyes, especially as we age, the skin is paper thin and it's the first signs of aging. So especially some some women are prone to more lines under the eyes than others. But if you do suffer from lines under the eyes, if you do use an eye cream, it will help to hydrate that delicate area and strengthen the area, but not weighing it down. So some clients will say, why can't I just use my face cream under my eye? But the problem with that is that the face cream is going to weigh down your delicate eye area, and it may not be suitable for your eyes. So this is ophthalmologist tested. There are many beautiful eye creams out there. This is just one I personally use, and it doesn't cause any irritation or bumps or milia under my eyes. So I think eye cream is a star product in your routine, especially in the winter. And I just use a few. With eye cream, you just want to use like a pea-size amount and just delicately just apply that, you know, with a tapping motion under your eye. Just be careful with getting it into your eye. But I find, and then if I didn't have eyeshadow on, I'd pop it on my eyelid. I do that at night. The other tip, use that around your nose and around your lip area, because we all get those lines around the mouth. And I find that using your eye cream around your lip area is very, it's beneficial, it's soothing, and it's a little makeup tip or skincare tip, I'd say. So let's focus on skin. So I find in this winter, especially in Canada, but anywhere that you have winter, I find that using a moisturizer is going to help plump your skin. So even if you're not a makeup wearer, using a nice moisturizer, a thicker cream, is going to protect and create a barrier for your skin. So another thing is I suffer sometimes from windburn. So I remember one time I came back from March break, and I was in Barbados, and I came back to a very, very harsh March in Toronto. It was just so cold. It was like, I think there had been an ice storm, and I was working at Laura Mercier back in the day as well. And I had a huge makeup event, and my skin was so tanned and glowy. And then as soon as that frigid air hit my skin, and I decided to go out and not really cover my face with a scarf, I got windburn. And windburn is really not attractive on your face. I find that it's all patchy and red, and no one was feeling sorry for me because I just came back from Barbados, so I don't really blame them. But at the same time, if anyone's had windburn, it just looks really unattractive. It's very harsh. Your skin has been exposed to the elements, much like a sunburn. And with windburn, actually, at that time, the only thing that actually helped my skin was La Mer, which is very expensive. But I had a sample because I worked at Holt Renfrew, and they gave me a sample of La Mer, and I used the tiniest bit, and that actually healed my windburn. Now, I'm not saying you have to use La Mer, but I'm just saying use a product that has very soothing thermal ingredients with not a lot of fragrance if you ever get windburn. But how I prevent windburn is by wearing a scarf over my face. And one of my really good friends back in the day said I look like Michael Jackson, but because I had my hat and my scarf, but I don't really care because I feel like honestly, you just have to protect your face. And anyone who's has sensitive skin will understand that the wind and the cold is actually just as harsh sometimes as the sun. So do whatever you can to protect your skin and the glow in your skin. And yeah, so where am I? I just started about skincare, but I can't talk enough about skincare because obviously that's the most important step in the morning. So using a very soothing cleanser. I love Cetaphil. I've been using that for a long time because as a young, when I was in my early teens, I ended up having some skin issues, and Cetaphil was great because it didn't clog my pores, but it also has no fragrance or anything to irritate your skin. So I just use Cetaphil, and I use Bioderma as a micellar water. But I'm going to actually do my makeup from scratch with all my skincare and makeup on another post. I just wanted to tell you a few things that I use to protect my skin in the winter. The other thing I just wanted to quickly talk about was another beauty secret of mine is, and I'm sure a lot of clients do this as well, when you dry your face after washing it, I don't rub my face with the towel. I pat dry. So, you know, you've cleansed your skin, and then pat dry with your towel. It's one of the most important things to not irritate your face, and it just maintains the hydration to your skin. If you're rubbing any part of your face with a towel, you may look drier and it may cause more friction to your skin. That's not necessary. So patting dry is another tip that I love to share. And so today I've already talked about skincare. Another thing is that I have the Charlotte Tilbury in my makeup kit. The Magic Cream is amazing. I love this because it has a lot of hydrating ingredients to add that thicker cream to your routine. It smells really lovely, and it reminds me of almost like, I don't want to say Nivea but it does. It reminds me of Nivea. It reminds me of a cream that is just thicker and richer than what you may use, obviously, especially if you're oilier. But if in the summer, we tend to use more gels and moisturizers, and I just love a thicker cream. So I just think that in the morning, if you find you're dry, or even as a prep step before your makeup, this is Magic Cream. Also, I know a lot of makeup artists use this as a primer, but just using a cream and warming that in your fingertips. Just say, I know I have makeup on, but just say you're using this, just your skin's looking a little dry, and your skin, you can use this just to press it on top or before, obviously, on your makeup, but it just gives your skin back that radiance that sometimes we lose in the winter. So, and always use the rest of your face cream on your hands. The back of your hands are always very dry. So these are just some quick little tips, but I just love to feel comforted and hydrated in the skin. I just need a sip of my tea. So I hope everyone's enjoying a nice warm cup of tea, or cup as my mom would say. But I think tea and coffee is definitely the best way, or hot chocolate, to keep you cozy. So anyways, so keeping your skin lovely and hydrated is the goal. Okay, where am I going with this? So next step is, so I had a lovely client the other day at one of the stores I work for, and she was just wanting to know about blush and what blush I recommend, what will stay on for her work day. She worked in an office, and she wanted to know, should she go for a cream or should she go for a powder? And we tried a cream and a powder on each cheek. In her case, we went with the powder because it just looked flawless, and it was a lovely peachy tone, which flattered her skin. And there was no shimmer in it. So it was just a lovely matte blush that wasn't cakey or heavy. In the winter, I'd say that you can, of course, wear powder blushes. It's just that make sure the formula is light on your skin and not as muddy as, say, a super, super matte blush, because you kind of want to build that radiance to your skin in the winter. We had a little bit of a giggle though, because she wanted to get a cream blush, and I do love cream blushes. And I said, what I love about a cream too, it gives you that fresh off the slopes look. So I don't ski, but if you were skiing, I've done makeup actually before. It was actually back in the day for Bobbi Brown. There were clients that were fresh off the ski slopes, and we were doing makeup touch-ups. And that might sound a little funny, but it was kind of fun because there's something fresh about when you've been outdoors and you have that rosiness to your skin. If you want to wear makeup when you're doing sports, then why not? And it makes you feel good about yourself. So these are cream blushes. These are Rhode Pocket Blushes. I've talked about them before, but if you want to just enhance that rosiness that you get from outside, that's a fun way to get that look. So I have Freckle, which is a lovely peachy nude tone. And I also have Piggy, which is inspired by, I'm assuming it's inspired by Miss Piggy, who is one of my fashion idols. I love Miss Piggy, and I love Kermie. So, but yeah, Miss Piggy, or Piggy it's called, is a lovely pink. So because of my skin tone, I probably wouldn't wear Piggy by itself. But what I love to do is mix blushes. I just find that most makeup artists don't just use one blush. They probably have 5 or 6 blushes on their face, to be honest, because customizing your makeup just it actually looks more natural. It may sound kind of weird, But sometimes if you just use one color, it actually looks like you have something on your face. But if you mix many different tones, it enhances a natural glow to your skin. So let me just do a quick demo of what I'm talking about. So I don't have a brush on me, but I'm just going to take my fingertip with Freckle, and I'm just going to apply this. I'm just going to do one cheek to show you, but I'm just going to apply this just kind of on my cheek. And I'm going to take Piggy, which is cooler, on top. So this gives you like you were just skiing and you have a really fresh bit of color to your skin. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is just a really pretty way to keep those cheeks looking moisturized, because we don't want our skin to flake if you have dry skin. So this is just a quick pop of color on the cheek. So this is the Rhode Pocket Blushes, and this was Freckle and Piggy. The other thing that I just learned recently, and I thought it was just amazing because I love makeup tips and little beauty secrets. So I, a while ago, bought this lovely blush from Givenchy. So this was a bit of a splurge, but I thought I just thought it looked really beautiful that there's 4 sort of tones in here and you mix them together. So this is called Prisme Libre Blush. Blush Poudre Libre Couleurs. Okay, I'm not going to even try to attempt French anymore. But anyways, I'll write it down what this blush is called. It's a gorgeous blush, Voile Corail. Anyways, this is a coral blush from Givenchy, beautiful color. So I thought, okay, I'm a makeup artist. I know how to wear this blush, but a lovely co-worker of mine who also works with, she has worked with Givenchy. She knows how to wear this blush and the secret of this blush. So this is a loose powder blush. So there's many different formulas of blush, but I kind of got excited about this loose powder blush because it looks like a fairy on the cheeks. It's like a fairy dust. It doesn't look heavy, which is kind of nice. So this is kind of luxe, but it has a mirror, which is kind of brilliant. So you can see yourself in the mirror of the lid of this blush. The other cool thing, so it comes with a powder puff. So this one actually doesn't look very attractive because it's filled with powder, but originally it comes like a little cute little white powder puff. And I didn't know what the purpose of this puff was, so I didn't even bother using it when I put this blush on. I just tossed it to the side and used a loose powder brush. So I was chatting with her about it and she said, "Oh, do you know how to use it?" And I said, "No, like I'm not really sure about this puff." So this is brilliant. So with this, just say you have your product. And it doesn't have to be Givenchy. Maybe you have another loose powder blush at home and it comes with a powder puff. So you turn it over and you just go tap, tap, tap. I think she said 3 times. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah. And then open it up. You take out this powder puff. And this is how you're applying your blush. Now, you're not going to be able to see because this is I need to wash this powder puff. But it has the design of the 4, it has this on the puff. You have the right amount of product by doing that. And then on this cheek, since I don't have anything, I'm just going to press it on my cheek. So I don't know if you can see that. I've just pressed that powder on my cheek. And I'm going to take, please tell me I brought my blush brush. Okay, I brought a bronzer brush. This isn't the right brush. But just say, okay, so you have the product on. Now we're going to blend it out. Okay, so it just gives such a pretty pop of color on the cheek. And by doing that trick, I got the right amount of blush. So that is just genius because a loose powder can get quite messy. It's going to end up everywhere. So I thought that was really cool. So let's just buff that out. So I have 2 different blushes on each side of my cheek right now. So just for fun to make myself even. So I'm going to just press and just buff that with a brush. I always take blush on my forehead. I just think that it gives you a little glow. So there, that was how to wear the Givenchy loose powder blush, the Prisme blush. And yeah, I just love that I know how to wear it properly now. So I also just think that this time of year, it's nice to have multi-purpose products, especially in the winter, because and cream bases, excuse me, are really fun to have as well. So the next step, I just wanted to show one quick thing. This is Makeup Forever. I got this right away when it launched because I couldn't get over how massive this stick is. It's super cool for an artist. This is the Artist Color Crayon Stick. And this is, again, I always love the coral tones. I think this is Peachy Coral. It's a cream stick. The cool thing about a stick is that if you're in a pinch, you're traveling, you're at the gym, you're going from morning to night, a stick will just, you don't need a brush. I love that. So it's so cute. It actually smells really pretty, like a sheer berry, like a berry. It smells like a berry, but this is a coral. And these sticks were created for an all over look, eyes, lips, and cheeks. So shades like Wherever Walnut, I believe it's called Completely Sepia, and there's another shade, something Caffeine. I'll put in the proper names in the comments. But those shades are gorgeous nudes that a lot of clients can wear, and that's very trending right now. This I got in the spring. So this is definitely a bit more of a summery tone, but I want to show you how you can use a stick on your eyes, lips, and cheeks. I've already done my cheeks, but even on my eyes, I just want to show you that you can completely apply this really close to your eyelid for a quick stick eyeshadow look, because I like things that are quick and easy. Now this is more matte, but even I have a shimmer on my lid, but you could pop it in the crease as well. But I just like things that are super easy. So I'm just applying this on my lid and taking a brush, my fingertip, and blending that out in the crease. For just a quick way to open the eyes. And then you could pop it on your cheeks as well, even on the lips, just a little bit. This is a quick little base. I had on a lip balm earlier, which I'm absolutely loving right now. The Summer Fridays, I think it's called Pink Guava. I'm really loving this color for just a pop of color first thing in the morning, before even I start my makeup. I like to have a lovely shiny lip balm, something hydrating, but this has a really pretty color in it. So I think for winter makeup, you need to hydrate your lips. So I'm going to try to just pop on this on top. It might be a bit of a brighter. Actually, it's not bright at all. It's just sheer. I just love a quick, shiny lip. And these taste really nice. They're super hydrating. They're perfect for anybody who wants to hydrate their lips. They're really lovely lip balms, and I can see why they're so popular right now. I had, my son is he's 9 years old, and in his acting class, there were a couple of girls who looked about obviously that age, and they were chatting about Summer Fridays and Laneige and a lot of these glosses. So I feel like it's a trending thing to see the little ones. They know so much about makeup. And yeah, I feel like that's cool. I think lip balms are, they're not, these are clean ingredients as well. So that's a nice thing for young girls to like, because I don't obviously think that anyone at that age needs makeup and skincare. But I think Laneige and Summer Fridays, like I can see why these are so popular, especially the gift sets. And I just think they actually are really pretty. So this is just a really pretty winter glow. It's just giving my, my skin and lips some hydration. I don't feel as parched. There was one last thing I just wanted to quickly show you. So I'm loving Summer Fridays, and I'm loving, this is called, this is Laneige. This was the brand I was saying that the 9-year-old girls are loving, which is really funny because I don't know how they know about this, but they're very savvy. So this is Laneige. This is Peach Glaze, and it's a really pretty color, which I love as well. And yeah, let's just pop that on too. This one has a really cute applicator, so you can just pop it on and go. You just squeeze it. This has a little bit more pigment than the Summer Fridays, so this might be a nice option if you want to have a lip balm that feels a bit more like a lipstick, if that makes sense. Some lip balms are super sheer. You're not seeing color, you're seeing a tint. This you're seeing a little bit of color. So it reminded me of a gloss lipstick hybrid, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I feel so much better. I feel more hydrated, and I just love to share little quick tips and tricks that may help you with your makeup routine and enhance the glow with your skincare in the morning. And I just wanted to share. So this was a kind of a quick video. I just wanted to show winter beauty secrets. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to get to 40K. Let's just keep going. And I just think that makeup and skincare, you have to cater to what's best for you. So I might give skincare recommendations, but that's what I love. I feel like skincare and makeup, you have to try things and find out what your groove is, find out what your skin loves and what it doesn't. But I just wanted to share. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all the love and support. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely day. Thank you.